Welcome back to Spaghetti Shootout. I hope you're ready for this one. It's sure to be a good one. This is the final episode of Season 2, Spaghetti Shootout. You know the drill. Our contestants debate their opinions and are awarded points solely at my, Jimmy here, discretion. The real highlight is sure to be the meatball of the month. You've submitted topic ideas in the comments via email, phone, carrier pigeon, and much more. We've selected one to add to the mix. Our Meatball of the Month winners get a prize in addition to the fame. This month's package includes a Diamondback 10x42 binocular, exclusive Vortex Nation podcast hoodie, $100 apparel package, and that classic cameo from Mark Boardman himself. As usual, let's check out some of our favorite comments. We got 3. At JW Hodson says, Vortex Hunts, I would love to watch Dwayne Johnson and Mark in a duck blind. LOL. At Longshot Hawk says, as I watch and enjoy these, I'm left wondering what you 3 actually do for work, if any. Well, if you find out, be sure to let us know. And at Ryan Anderson 3760 says, I'm rooting for Ryan because I also am a Ryan. And that's it, everybody. It's time to exit the Caveat Corral onto our main street for the big shootout. Welcome back, everybody, to another installment of the Spaghetti Shootout. I'm Jimmy, and I'm joined by your typical debaters, the master debaters, Mark and Ryan. Now, gentlemen, we got a pretty good one coming up here. We're rolling in hot or cold, both at the same time. That's how we do things.
Does that mean tepid?
Around here. It means, yeah, tepid. Sure, we'll go with that. But you know, we don't rehearse this.
No.
We fly in, so we're cold and we're hot at the same time.
Okay, fair enough.
Switching it up a little bit on you guys here. You guys feeling ready to do something a little bit different?
I'm ready to debate masterfully.
We go.
Yes. We've done trivia before, and right away with number 1. It's going to be trivia.
Okay.
Are you ready? These trivia questions, come from a friend of ours, Mike Chamberlain. So
The wild turkey doc himself.
That's right.
Holy mackerel.
Appreciate it, Mike. Now, MC Ryan told me that the questions will appear in some form or fashion.
Okay.
You each have been supplied with a writing tablet or piece of paper or something and a utensil. It should be under the table. Somewhere, there it is.
You can't have both pens.
That's not how this works.
He's already starting.
Point to Ryan for getting Mark a little bit riled up.
Okay.
Also, though, point to Mark because he told a hilarious cat story before we started, so you guys are even. That's how it works. MC Ryan, let's see that first question, and let's see if they can get it.
Do bearded hens produce nest and poults like normal hens?
It's a great question from Mike there. Do bearded hens produce nests and poults like normal hens?
When do we show you our work, Jim? One at a time, simultaneously?
3, 2, 1, simultaneously. Yes, and yes. Excellent job. Well, I guess I just sort of gave away the answer. Ryan, MC Ryan.
The answer is yes. Bearded hens produce fertile clutches, hatch poults, and raise those poults to adults just like normal hens.
You can slap a beard on a hen, but you just can't mess with biology at the end of the day.
No.
Funny how that works. We might get canceled for that, actually, in today's day and age. You never know. You guys get some points. How about 3 each for you? Put you both at 4.
I'll take them.
Good, good. MC Ryan, how about that next question from Mike?
Does beard rot actually exist?
Beard rot.
Oh, man.
I can say I've seen beard rot on a human or 2. Does it exist in turkeys? 3, 2, 1, go. Both are saying no. Let's consult the mic.
The answer is no. There is no such thing as beard rot. This guy over my shoulder here has a melanin deficiency, which is caused by a lack of nutrition. What that causes is the beard to become brittle and break, hence why people often think that the beard is rotting, when in reality, there's no such thing as beard rot.
Do you have a question or a statement to make?
A statement. Several years ago, I was hunting the eastern subspecies of turkey in northern Missouri, and I killed a turkey that had avian pox, it too had a deficiency based on nutrition. It literally couldn't get food down its mouth, and it had a beard that was about that long, mature gobbler, and it had like 3 strands that were like 11 inches long.
No kidding, huh?
And I heard, oh, that one's got beard rot, but in fact, it was avian pox and then a lack of nutrition that did that bird.
The avian pox was preventing it from eating?
Its head looked as if you deep fried it.
Eeh.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it was gross.
It sounds gross.
Yeah.
But the evidence of some very long beard hairs would seem to imply
It at
that it
one
could have been a
time-
big one.
That could have been. It was a good bird. That was a full-size bird from a spur fan. Those 3 really bad beard hairs like my beard.
Do you have beard rot?
Yeah. It's just a lack of nutrition.
You both get 3 points for another correct answer.
Oh my gosh.
Let's consult
Neck
Mike.
and neck.
Let's consult Mike for the next one.
Turkey neck.
Do Jakes fertilize clutches just like Toms do?
Ooh. I think these are getting trickier.
This
with
is tricky.
every
This is
question.
tricky. Okay.
It appears that both contestants have an answer written
God.
down.
Can I change my answer?
Indecisive mark. We haven't flipped it around yet, so technically yes. Is Ryan changing his answer?
I wrote a slanderous thing on there.
And you erased it?
Yeah, I did.
Mark, are you gonna change your answer or not? We got only so much time here.
I think I'm changing it to the wrong answer. I had a habit of doing this on
Why'd you do that?
exams as well.
3, 2, 1. Oh, see now one of you
I
is going
had
to be
no.
right and one of
I
you
had
is going to
no.
be
I
wrong.
do it to myself.
Who is it? Mike, please tell us.
The answer is no. A very small percentage of Jakes are capable of fertilizing clutches during that first year. So almost all clutches that are produced in a population are produced by adults.
See, that's where it comes to depends. I knew it wasn't going to be as much, but they do have the ability to do it.
Oh, I get it. On a technicality.
I overthought the question.
You did. Ryan gets 3 points for the correct answer, according to our friend Mike. And Mark, I don't know if it showed or if anybody heard it, but right as Mike was beating there, Mark had a funny comment. So he is actually up to 8. So he's only down 2. Mike, let's hear another one.
Is spur length a reliable indicator of age for wild turkeys?
Spur length. What's it gonna be? Ryan is still writing.
Again, I was going to go slanderous, and I chose not to.
Why do you keep changing it?
I just can't write
Go
slanderous.
full slander on the next one.
He's
What
a
are you
nice
trying
guy.
to say?
He's a nice
What
guy.
are you trying to say? You're the first one that says this is not about being nice. I know this because you've not been nice several times.
Something is wrong if Mark is saying you're nice and it's only the first topic. Okay, is spur length a reliable indicator of age for wild turkeys? 3, 2, 1. Both say no this time. Are they right?
The short answer is no. Spur length is not a reliable indicator of age. And while it is true that a longer spur would typically be associated with an older bird, you simply can't look at a spur length and categorically say that's a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, as research has shown that a lot of factors influence spur length, such as genetics, the area that the bird occurs in, et cetera, et cetera.
Very sensible
he's
answer.
right.
He put it in very understandable terms. Appreciate that. You're both going to get 3 points for being correct once again, and there is one more question from Mike. Let's cue it up.
So how many feathers does a wild turkey actually have?
Like we just got different types of feathers or
Ryan's over
individual
here.
feathers?
How many feathers?
Like, are we talking like, oh, it's got a tail feather and a wing feather, or are we talking about a turkey has
Feathers. Just how many feathers are on that bird?
Oh my!
Ryan over here was air counting, and I'm amazed that he got to his answer in like less than 10 seconds.
Not categorically types of feathers.
No, Mark, it just says feathers. How confident are you in your answer, Ryan? A simple nod. How confident are you in your answer, Mark? Wait,
I changed my answer.
just because I said that?
Yeah, you made me less confident.
No, you didn't erase anything. You just squiggled out some stuff.
Yeah, here, that's
How
gone
am
now.
I supposed to read that?
That's gone now. Okay, I know. I'm stalling. I'm
You just
stalling.
erased almost everything.
I'm stalling. I need to pick a number.
Okay. What'd you do this weekend, Ryan?
Went to Minnesota, looked at maple syrup production on the whole planned out burning of the farm.
Okay, I wrote down a number.
Nice.
And started looking at planting, what's got to get put in the ground from a tree perspective. Yeah.
Very nice. Ryan was getting some points there while you were lost in your world of indecisiveness.
I told you I had the number like while he was doing that whole thing.
I don't know. I didn't hear you. I was trying to pay
Classic.
attention and actively listen to.
Is that
person I
something
was
you're
conversing.
working on?
Maybe. Once again, Mark, sometimes I think that your personality and my wife's personality are very similar. Okay, how many
Well, then-
feathers does a wild turkey have? 3, 2, 1. What does that say, Mark?
30K.
30K. Yours simply says 435, and good luck, Mark. All right, I'm going to give you a point for the good luck, Mark. You finally did something moderately, I can't even call that slanderous, it's just a bit sarcastic. Mark said 30K. Let's see what Mike has to say.
Wild turkeys have 5,000 to 6,000 feathers that are actually arranged on tracks, or basically like panels on their body. What's really crazy is they replace every one of those feathers every year during the annual molting process that starts during late spring and finishes up in the fall.
See,
What a
sorry,
wild thing.
I included the replacements in my. If you could be more clear next time.
So basically, even if you multiplied the correct answer by 2 in that case, and they replaced every single one, you're still off by 20,000.
He said turkeys, plural.
Give him a point.
You get a point for that.
That was really
That was
good.
pretty funny. In fact, you get 2 points for that.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan technically was closer, although he wasn't close. But he was close.
That's a tough question.
So he will get 1 point just for being
He
closer.
should. He should. I way overshot
How did
it.
you come up with 435?
I had no idea the correct answer. Mostly got confused when we started looking at the amount of feathers on the legs, underside, and neck of the bird because they get very small there. So I knew, like, unpacking the question, it was either going to be an astounding amount or far less than you might anticipate. So I was confident in my 435, knowing I had no clue whatsoever, but I knew Mark was going to come up with something nuts. So I wrote, good luck, Mark.
I went to the other end of the spectrum. Here's
Yes, you
here's
did.
where my head. This was my strategy, which obviously
love
didn't
to
pay
hear
off,
it.
Jim. I just thought about like when you pluck wild turkey and just the sheer quantity of feathers that can fill the air. And then I thought to myself, well, maybe that's not the right type of indicator. So then I tried to picture a plucked turkey and spatially, each dimple where a feather might be attached to the skin. He started talking to Ryan, not Ryaning, and here we are, 30K. 30K deep in feathers. I'm in feather debt.
Ryan has become a verb
Yeah.
in today's episode. I can see you were going the golf ball route. Like, it's always shocking for people how many dimples are on a golf. I don't
Do
know
you know
how
that
many.
number?
I don't know how
Yeah.
many, but I know that it's shocking. You were going that route, essentially. Well, after our trivia round, a huge thanks again to Mike for that. 'Tis the season, gentlemen, right? At
It
the
is.
time of the release of this episode, to be thinking about turkeys, and now you have some fun facts to entertain yourself with while you're sitting under a tree or in a blind or in wherever you are to hopefully shoot a turkey in the head. Gosh, it's fun. Well, hey, we got other topics.
Yeah, let's go.
Shall we move on to those? Ryan is up, so I'm going to have him start for topic 2 here. And you can return your...
I noticed now that there was erasers.
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh, who needs them?
Yeah.
How about this? Okay. The animal you won't, as in woe not, shoot. Okay, Ryan, please begin.
That's a white-tailed deer with his bow.
Good one, Mark.
That's a white-tailed deer in the season for Mark.
Also a good one, Ryan.
The animal I will not shoot any longer, and I have shot one, is a porcupine.
Oh,
I, for many years, was told how destructive these creatures are because they eat the bark of the tree, which oftentimes can, kill the tree itself. They're not.
They're habitual girdlers.
Yes, correct. Mark gets a point for the word gurgle.
Yeah, that was
Give me points all the
no.
time.
No, I thought it was really good. I was trying to think of the word and I couldn't.
But
There you go,
also,
Ryan.
Ryan, I do know how I can give points on my
sorry.
own. But thank you.
Long and short of it is porcupines
Tell me what
are
to
these
do.
very sweet, lovable, pokey guinea pigs, and god dang it, they don't mean no harm. I zapped one time. I felt absolutely horrible after it because they get no break. Everybody hates them because they got quills and their dogs get prickled by them, and I can't do it again, ever.
I've got a lot to say on porcupines after this, but I don't have time right now. Jim, I'm going with crows. Now, I've shot a few crows, particularly in my youth, and in fact, that was the focus of a lot of my BB gun shooting as a youth, try and kill a crow. They were so challenging. You could point a BB gun at them, they could be 100 yards away. They fly away. They've got a weird spirit about them. They're incredibly smart. They basically use tools and complex thinking to get food. Do you know that their brains are 2% of their body weight? Do you know another critter that has a brain 2% of their body weight? That's right, the human being. In fact, their intelligence is such that they get compared to a chimpanzee. This is a true story.
Where are you reading this?
I think they got a weird spirit about them. I don't like shooting them anymore.
Let me see your palm of your hand. Where was he
Look,
coming
I
up
looked
with
into
that?
this. Like, I've looked into crows. I'm like, why
Ahead
are
of
they
this-
so
Ahead of this
smart?
production or just in general?
Huh? In general. I have an interest in crows.
Crows are a very interesting creature.
Because I've looked into this because they're super crazy smart. They're super wary. You watch them do things like drop a seashell, have it crack. They're really smart. And the last one I shot, I really didn't feel good about it. And I was like, why? Yeah. And I don't know, man.
Good answer.
You felt different ever since? Got weird dreams?
I haven't done, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, after that round, I felt like Mark gave a little more substance. He's got 25 points to Ryan's 23.
Good work, Mark.
Going into topic number 3 here, Mark. Keep it together, man.
I know, this is where I generally melt down. I shouldn't look at the
There's still
numbers.
time, brother.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
lots left.
lot of ball game left. Topic number 3. This one's a meatball. Hey, don't forget that you too can be a meatball. Who wouldn't want to be that? I don't know who. I'll tell you one person who did not want to be a meatball was Mason McNarrell, 3969 from YouTube. This one, a cartridge question. That seems to be a usual for us. Now this one asks, what is your least favorite cartridge? I'm curious if everybody already potentially knows what Ryan's will be, or if he'll surprise us. Mark, you're going to start this round off. Please begin.
Jim, let me start this by saying I really have no foundational substance. You know what? I take that back. I do. I'm going with the 7mm Remington Magnum. I grew up in 270-06 country, and for a long time, those were the only two cartridges a person needed to pick between. Now, you always met these outliers. These outliers that, oh no, the 7mm Rem Mag, that's what you need. Guess what? Most of these guys that I ran into early on, frankly, I found them a little bit odd. And it's like when you get bit by a dog when you're a kid, you're scared of dogs. It's metric. And as any good American, I'm resistant to anything metric. Now I will say these metric cartridges have come into favor as of late, and I am for them, but I still hold my disdain for the 7mm Rem Mag.
Okay, Ryan?
We knew he'd do it, ladies and gentlemen. We knew he'd do it. 1, Mark, thank you for taking the only other cartridge that you know anything about. Number 2, my answer is 40 Smith & Wesson. I'll tell you why. When I was a kid, before I could legally purchase my own pistol, I looked at the 9mm and I thought, like, 9mm, okay, everybody's got a 9mm. Didn't matter that Mel Gibson was shooting through like bulldozer buckets with it, with Beretta M9s, things like this. I was positive the 40 Smith & Wesson was the lethal force multiplier that I needed for my everyday carry in operations. Come to find out, All I was met with was more recoil, reduced capacity, unusual chamber dimensions, and expensive ammunition. I've completely abandoned the cartridge. In fact, I own 2 40 Smith & Wessons. I've had both of them for over 10 years. Neither have been fired, nor will they be in any reasonable amount of time.
Very interesting. Very interesting. My first firearm was a 40 Smith & Wesson. Well, the first one that I bought.
Really?
Myself, I think.
Where is it now, James?
I don't know. I sold it to a guy in a Menards parking lot.
Yep.
Oh, mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Menards seemed like a good spot. Better than Walmart where I bought it.
Yeah.
The gentlemen here are actually very close, very close. Mark is still up 1, 33 to Ryan's 32.
Did anything make sense what I said about a minute ago?
What?
I don't know. I felt
Did you
like,
black
I
out?
felt like my thoughts were a little disjointed.
I hate metrics. I love them.
That was the problem. Now you lost a point there, to be honest with you.
You know I go back and forth
Yeah, I
because
do.
I don't want to contradict myself because I like.
It's, well, yes, and you have said many glowing things about the 6.5 Creedmoor, so, you know, there is that. And I held that in the back of my head while you were going on your rant about metrics.
Right.
The problem was really that you made a pretty good point about being American and therefore loving fractions and always trying to figure out common denominators and all that crap, and inches. But then you walked it back. It was the, should have just stood your ground.
Jim,
you would have kept that point. You'd be up 2 right now.
I am a contradiction. Don't make me try to make sense of myself because we can't. It's a can of worms we don't want to open.
I guess you might be onto something.
I did it for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Topic number 4 coming up. Mark, you started the last one. Ryan's gonna start this round. The hardest turkey to kill is blank. Ryan, please begin.
5th season bird, public land, Wisconsin, near the lower Wisconsin Riverway specifically, and a mature tom at that. I'm not talking to Jake because Jake will walk in on an act of desperation, hoping for something, and he's probably with his buddies
Not
too.
always.
Yeah. I would say that this bird, if he's 2 to 3 years old, probably has been around the block a few times, knows every single Woodhaven, every HS strut, every call on the market, every yelp, every scratch, every truck door. He's the biggest skeptic on the planet. Everything is trying to kill him constantly, and he has nothing to do but hide in the swamps of the lower Wisconsin Riverway. Now, I've never hunted Osceola, so I've understood that they're very difficult too, but God, this has to be a close contender. As somebody who often picks up a 5th season tag, rides the struggle bus through that pleasant weather season, never killing this bird, I'd say he's probably primed to be the hardest one to kill.
Mark?
Now, Jim, I've hunted turkeys a fair bit in my life. I've hunted Merriams and killed them. I've hunted Rios and killed them, and I've hunted Easterns and killed them. I haven't hunted an Osceola. Not sure if I plan to. But here's what I'll say. Of all 3, the Eastern wild turkey is the toughest. These things hit the ground and they shut up. Well, they'll gobble in the tree a little bit, but when they hit the ground, they shut up. They don't like to talk. They're pretty darn tight-lipped, and that makes them tough to call. And speaking about turkeys in general, like Ryan said, they are absolutely scared of everything. But the regions of the U.S. that the eastern wild turkey inhabits has some of the most hardcore turkey hunters that exist. So you've got coyotes, you've got coons, you've got all these all these predators on the landscape that are killing turkeys.
Cyborgs.
Humans are a natural predator as well. But them eastern turkey hunters, they're serious.
Mark, you had an opportunity there.
What happened?
I saw this question coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a heads up about 10 minutes in advance of this thing. Like I said, we're coming in hot and cold at the same time.
Okay.
I did
Right.
know
What happened?
I did know what questions.
What did I do so
were
I can be
coming up.
better next time?
And I was really looking forward to this one because you want to know what I thought you'd say?
What?
Hung up gobbler about 70, 80 yards away.
Oh my God.
I can't believe
If
you
you're
didn't
looking
say
for
it.
a turkey tip, if you Google, if you go to the YouTube and you say, I want to learn how to call and kill a hung up gobbler, You can get about a 70-minute video of a guy telling you.
Does he ever say?
I've never watched till end.
I've never either.
But you get a turkey hung up about 60, 70 yard.
It's like a Tootsie Pop. Mr. Owl, how do I kill a turkey that's hung up 70, 80 yards away? And then he goes on some, long, whatever thing. And by the time you've just had it, you just exit out of the video or you skip to the end. Or no one will ever know.
By the time you finished that video, you could have figured out a way to kill a hung up gobbler.
The world may never know.
A hung up gobbler is the hardest to kill, Jim. I'm sorry
That it is.
I'm sorry I didn't let you have the satisfaction of me saying that. I deprived you of that.
You got some points, but Ryan got a couple more points.
42, 44. Is that the end of it? How many more? Do we have any more?
No, there's one more.
Okay.
But we're not going to be able to do it here.
Okay.
Now you know what else spring is season for.
Foraging.
More turkey.
Small
fishing.
rocks. For pieces of bread.
We're going fishing.
Churches.
I'm going fishing.
Something that far more people enjoy than foraging. It's something you can also do on Sunday.
It's golf.
Golf?
That's why you were practicing a golf swing when I walked in.
Huh?
Was he really?
Yes, he was. Huh? What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it just so happens we've got a nice little spot to do a little bit of a chip off.
I was
Out
practicing.
on the
We had a
Vortex side
We had a
yard.
golf event on Friday. That's right. We were doing a bit of golfing. That's what I was talking with Catherine about, by the way.
No, I'm sure.
So we're going to head out there. We're going to do a little something for topic number 5 here. Chipping shootout at Buffalo Basin. Topic number 5 is, of course, another challenge. It's a little shootout once again, but this time golf style. Welcome to a little place we call Buffalo Basin. Still moderately under construction, as you can tell about the natural grass around us, but the turf here is ready to rock. So Mark and Ryan are going to do a chip off. Now, we've selected a course of fire, if you will. They're going to start from right where Mark's ball is there, and they're going to head towards that hole. There are some interesting challenges in the way. If you're a golfer, you'll be familiar with the sand trap, an amateur golfer, I should say. And then there is an elevation change, so that also makes things interesting. These guys are within 2 points of each other, but it's really not going to matter at this point. I've been pretty stingy when it comes to points thus far. Whoever wins is just going to get 25 points, and you win simply by being closest to the hole. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Jim, is this a one and done?
It's one and done. You've already been practicing on this hole, so yeah.
I know. I just want clarity on the rules.
It's one and done. We only have so much time. You know what the YouTube algorithm says.
We may have exceeded that.
The shot is up. Oh, and it looks good.
That's a good golf shot.
I'll take it.
That's a good golf shot. What is that? Oh.
Whoever, hey, Catherine, camera person number 2. That is less
Unbelievable.
than a size 10 boot away. I think I just bumped it, so technically whatever. But that is less than a boot away. Wow.
Jim, am I going to have to start golfing?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Is this what happens? You golf one time, you hit one good shot, and you're like, I need to do that.
Yeah, you described 95% of golfers.
Good.
You know that scene in Happy Gilmore when he's doing the clarinet versus Eric on the violin? Allow me to insert that scene right now.
Ryan.
We will allow it. Ryan did sink a shot.
I was going to say, he just drained one.
He did drain one in practice rounds. So let's see what he does now.
Well, this is like one of those Schrodinger's cat situations.
I don't know him.
Long and short is the cat is in a box full of poison, and the cat.
Just for consistency, there.
I would like to point. Yes, the
cat is neither alive nor dead. And so, because I'm really bad at golf, Mark has proved a formidable.
You just drained one.
Enemy. Too much gas,
Oh,
Mark.
gave it a
Too
little
much
too much.
gas.
Gosh,
Wow.
unbelievable.
Put it there, pal.
Wow.
Golly, what a golf shot.
Mark, You end up at 67, something like that, points with your additional 25 for being
That's going to help my
closest to the hole.
that's going to pad my numbers a little bit.
That's not even just a good golf shot, for an amateur. That's just a good golf shot that you executed there. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Don't ask me to do it again.
What a way to cap off season 2 of Spaghetti Shootout. Mark comes away with a victory in a head-to-head shootout, golf style. Can you believe it? We've been doing hunting and shooting now for 2 whole seasons. We throw in a little golf in the mix, and it actually is what catapults Mark into the winner's circle.
For my last crack, I'm just going to say this. As if spring wasn't busy enough with turkey hunting, spring bear hunting, fishing, now we have to add golf. And no matter what it takes, fit these activities in because you only live once.
Just a reminder for all of you meatball hopefuls out there, aspiring meatballs, we still are going to be taking topic suggestions for next season. So make sure that you're continuing to drop those in the comments, social media, email, however you want to get a meatball topic suggestion to us. Keep doing that because then we'll keep the bank going for next season. But until then, it sounds like Mark's going to start golfing. Ryan maybe has some practice to do. And yeah, I guess we'll see you around. Did we get the HR sign? Little go Mark sign up.
That's
in the
what it
windows.
was. I needed that boost.
Was it HR or was it Catherine?
I think it was HR.
Because earlier she said,
Best of luck to you both. With Mark to Mark.
Thank you, Catherine.
wow, Catherine.
Maybe some people need a little more luck than other people.